So in this video, I want to read some viewer comments, and I'm doing this because something triggered that well, a viewer comment triggered it, and I couldn't track it down. But then I was going through them, and I thought, these are some good comments. Let's talk about them. So here we go. This was yesterday morning's video, and I try to read as much as I can. I don't read every comment because I just don't have enough time at this point to read, as especially as my subscribers grow. It's just harder, but I do try, and I just will find some time and I'll work my way through as many comments as I can. Thank you for all your hard work. I really find it encouraging when you say thank you, and something like that, just because there is a lot of hard work here, and I greatly appreciate it. More to the point, though, it also helps the algorithm, which helps it spread. Any like or share, if you share it, it really helps. Any like, share, or comment that you make is really, really helpful. And so thank you for that comment. Okay. TVER is pronounced correctly, should rhyme with words like bear, fair, dare, swear. That's very helpful. I mispronounce things a lot. This is not my forte. I'm somewhat new to how Russian language and Ukrainian language, those things are pronounced. And so, yeah, ver. Okay, I think that's right. I called it Tiver the other day. It was new to me. Thank you. I do appreciate when you all correct me. And then I pointed out, hey, a viewer showed me this. Thank you, Professor. Just want you to know that love of books is not a problem. People thinking you have too many books is their problem. Absolutely, gold star, you get an A. Now, that comes from this, where I put out a post the other day, said, imagine you're a Russian troll in St. Petersburg trying to make your quota and you can only talk about one topic. Your pay is tied to interaction and replies. What do you say to get a rise on Twitter? And so the most popular one was that Ukraine tried to assassinate Trump, but the second most popular one with 17% was Russians buy Professor Gerdes with a lifetime supply of Kindle books. That would be somewhat tempting. I do like to read, and this background here, it's not fake. This is my office, right? And this is I like books. I'm nerdy like that. Okay. Professor, please don't sell yourself short by describing yourself as just a professor. Okay, when I start in the beginning of this, I say, hi, my name is Darren Gerdes. I'm just a professor trying to help you understand context in the war in Ukraine. I'm trying to provide analysis that will help you think, help you see things that maybe you haven't been able to see before. That's my goal here. Okay, so in your intros, minor detail, but your insights, information, balancing your day job with your commitments on YouTube, and I'm sure your ability to help your students through clear and concise information is much more than just a professor. Appreciated as always from the UK. Okay, I greatly do appreciate that you took the time to say that, but I say that for a reason. I'm not a military guy. I can't provide military analysis. You'll note that when I do the maps kind of like in a depth, I do a high overview sometimes of what's going on, say in Kursk or going on in Pokrovsk, but I don't get granular. I don't bill myself as a military guy because I'm not. I had 2 years of Army ROTC before President Clinton killed my Army ROTC program with the cuts in '93. This was the peace dividend. So I'm not that. So I'm not trying to hold myself out as that. I'm also not a politician who has some kind of special political insight. But as a professor who teaches leadership, I focus on certain things that maybe somebody else isn't going to focus on. And so that's why I explain it that way. Okay, I love the Russians buying books for Professor Gerdes. Well, I would love that too, but I'm not on the take, and they don't actually want to send me any Kindle books. So, it is what it is. Good work, Professor. Bonus Kindle on the way. Well, that's you're just teasing me now. Okay, I've never heard of anything of a book addict before. I didn't know this was a thing. It actually kind of is. You'll see in just a moment, but it actually kind of is. And it would be somewhat sad to calculate how much I've spent on books over the years. There's a meme floating around online that says, teach your kids to love books and they won't have money for drugs. That's right. Okay. Hi, Darren. Thank you for all the time and effort you put into your videos. I have to write and say that the screen where you show all the info somehow gotten bigger again, hiding the bottom 1/4 of everything you show. I've mentioned it a couple of times before, and you do correct the issue. I do listen. That's why I corrected the issue. But the problem recurs after a day each time. So to get technical, when you showed how many Shahed drones were shot down, I couldn't see most of the fourth row of silhouettes. So I've tried to fix that, and it's a work in progress, right? I have on my screen, I have only a section of my screen where that's what's showing on the screen that's recording, and yeah, I'm trying to make it so it's as user friendly as possible for you, the viewer, and I'm constantly trying to improve it. Thank you for the feedback. I really do appreciate that. A book habit is not a problem. Thank you for your reporting. And again, you get an A as well. Somebody here said, actually it is. It's a form of obsessive behavior. It's called bibliomania. People have bankrupted themselves in book purchasing sprees. I can understand that. By the way, I say Kindle for a reason, because I've actually figured out how to put Kindle on play on my app. So it plays in the computer voice, and then I can listen to the books as well. So that's how I got through, well, quite a bit of reading over time. All right, Professor Gerdes, thank you for your updates and insights. Now, this person says, I have a small request. When you're reading text, could you keep the mouse still? So I'm asking you this. What do you think about this? So if I read, I did this morning in my morning video, Friday, September 20th. So when I kept the mouse still and I looked at it again, I kind of lost track of where things were when I was watching the video afterwards. Like, I just kind of glanced away and then was like, well, where is it? Some people like it, some people don't. I'll put out a poll and ask, what do you think? Do I keep it? Do I not keep it? Does it matter? I'm trying to be responsive. And if it really does matter, if it's a significant, like massive, I'll try not to do it. Okay. Kudos to the bookworm with great respect. Again, I like books. It's my vice of choice. Biden is the only pocket of resistance left. No, not hearing Republicans asking for long-range strikes. So this is the kind of thing that got me started. And this wasn't the particular comment, but somebody said, why are you getting all partisan now, or lately? Why are you getting all partisan? What about these Republicans who held up? Yeah, absolutely. Republicans did hold things up, and shame on them. And I showed you in multiple videos how to contact them to tell them, please change your opinion, or to contact Mike Johnson or that sort of thing. But right now, Republicans aren't the problem. Biden is the problem right now. So that's why I'm addressing it now. But this other person said in Congress, there are Republicans who understand that Putin is the enemy and know how you respond to your enemies. Especially Senate Republicans tend to have this, and the chairs of the House tend to have a really good grasp of this, the Republican chairs in the House of Representatives, not necessarily the rank and file MAGA types that are there. Okay. Sorry, Professor, almost forgot to give you a like. Again, anytime that you want to help me, if you can just give me a like, that helps. If you can share this video anywhere on any social media or any other videos, it helps. And so if you want to help me, that's a great way to help. I know you probably don't care, but it's pronounced ver, like very. That's ver, that T-V-E-R. I do care, and thank you for correcting me. I've learned a lot from viewer feedback over time, and I've tried to correct myself. Wow, oblast and oblast in the same sentence. Yep, I mean, guilty as charged. I also grew up where they pronounce coffee as coffee. So it's kind of, yeah, sorry. Okay, so I'm trying to get oblast. Old habits die hard. Like when I first learned it, I was reading like news articles. That's how I came across the word oblast for the first time. Even now I'm having a hard time with it. That's how I came across the word, and so that's how I read it. And I know it's oblast, not oblast, and I'm trying. Concentrate, Professor. You're halfway there. I am. I'm trying. I'm working at it. What kind of potato professor is this? I've never met a potato professor, but I would like to meet a potato professor. So if you could introduce me, I'm curious what they do or how they would, what kind of knowledge they have that's so special that they would be focused on that. It's painful to watch this video. This guy has difficulty even reading out text out loud. Well, part of this is I'm very aware of your time and how much time you're devoting to this. So I'm trying to move through this rapidly to give you as condensed a view of the news as possible. So that's part of my problem. But yeah, sometimes I stumble in that. Has this guy any original content, or does he read from Twitter and copy other people's content? There's absolutely nothing new here. Channel blocked. Okay, well, so a couple of things there. I'm trying to be, I showed you the meme of the credible Hulk. I'm trying to be credible. As a professor, I try to cite my sources. I'm trying to show you what's actually happening. And that even goes into text because, like, when I'm highlighting sections of things, because I've seen other people fraudulently just show a headline. And then when I went into that article, no, that's not what it was saying at all. And so I don't want that to ever happen. And I'm horrified if I get something like that wrong. So I try to show you my sources. Okay, the other thing, channel blocked. Other people, I appreciate it, stepped up. There were 9 replies, get lost, bye-bye, good luck and catch up or whatever. But I said, we'll miss you. So I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And I'm pretty sure that that was a troll rather than, somebody who just is a actual normal human being subscriber. But hey, even if you're a normal human being, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I mean, if you don't like or care for it, you can go elsewhere, and I understand that. Thank you if you do view these videos. I do appreciate that you care about Ukraine. So I want to say a sincere thank you for listening to these comments. I am listening to you. Please place comments if you are, and if you and feel free to repeat yourself, because if I don't get it one time, I might see it a different time and then get the message, okay? So thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes and the shares and the subscribes. But most of all, thank you for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine.